Today has been insanely hot, and in fact it's been like this for well over a week now. Today we got up to 38 degrees Celsius, that is about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. But today I want to talk to you guys about some of the things that we're doing on the farm this year that are different from other years. We've made some adaptations to our operation. We're gonna go and look at all that stuff right now, but first I want to tell you, I got an update about the microgreens course. It's done, and we're going to be showing it to some of you guys Tuesday, May 22nd. We're going to have a webinar all about it. We're going to do a little workshop and kind of just give you some value for showing up, all about growing microgreens at the farmers market and restaurants, and how you can stack a microgreens enterprise onto your existing farm, or how you can bootstrap a farm right from the get-go, because microgreens are so easy to get going and so profitable that they really pair well with other types of operations. And towards the end of the workshop, we'll have some time for some Q&A, and then we will give you guys a tour of the online course and how it's all structured. So that's May 22nd, Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope to see you guys there. There's gonna be a link below the video in the show notes. You're gonna see a link that's gonna take you to the webinar, and you can sign up for it right there. Today I wanna show you guys 5 things that we're doing differently on the farm. There's some new tools in here that are super exciting, and some different things that we're implementing on the farm, and some sort of structural changes we've made to the farm. So the first thing I want to show you is we've gone full on with shade cloth. So since we're not doing tomatoes any longer on our farm, we actually planted one row. We got one row of tomatoes in here that we're doing more or less just for ourselves. But since we're not doing tomatoes in any major way this year, we're keeping all of our greenhouses growing greens. So we've put, just like we did on our nursery, if you watched my vlog a week ago or so, talked about that, we've got a 50% shade cloth on all the tunnels, and that is including the plot that is a couple blocks away. So in order to keep these things sane to work in during the summer heat, we got to have shade cloth. And probably what we'll do soon is even just take the end walls right off, or just open them right up so that we have full airflow in here. And then it's actually, I'm hoping that it's going to be cooler in here than it will be outside. And I've already noticed that with the ventilation in this nursery. This greenhouse here, excuse the noise, the fans are running. But so here today, we actually, not that much different, but this got up to 35 Celsius, but outside we got up to 38. So it's slightly cooler in here, which is nice. And but it's been great because our microgreens haven't been getting scorched. The shade cloth is keeping the evaporation rates down, and we haven't lost any crops yet, so that's been really good. So we now have that shade cloth on all of our semi-permanent tunnels. Our caterpillar tunnels are all down for the season now, so we don't need to worry about that. One thing, it's not one of these 5, but one thing that's happened on the farm right now, we are mid-May, is every single bed on the farm that can be planted has been planted at least once. So this is, we kind of reached this season. If you've watched my vlogs over the years, we come here every year. It's where we go into what I call the high rotation phase. And so now we've got to be very strategic about what comes out and then what goes back in, because there's nowhere else to go. There's no more empty beds. We have to make sure we've got enough production of beds getting cleared out so that we have new room to plant stuff. Another thing that's happened on the farm is we've reduced our crop diversity. And I know some of the permaculture people are going to wince when they hear that, but it's just what's been practical. You know, if you have too much crop diversity, at least on a small farm like ours, and we're really tiny, then we're making less money per square foot. And so in order to maximize the production on this tiny farm, we've done basically what sells. And so I know somebody's gonna say, well, Curtis, why don't you just go full monoculture and just do all Salanova lettuce? Like, so we got some Salanova here with paper pot transplanter. And that's actually a good question. But we're still trying to be as well. Our farm is organic. We're not certified organic, but I want to have some crop diversity for one, so I can rotate my crops, and another is our farm is small, but our markets are small. If I were to just grow lettuce, I wouldn't have enough places to sell that lettuce. So right now we are, like, I would say Salanova is like, it's definitely the one we produce the most of, but we do Salanova lettuce, which there's about 6 varieties in there. We do arugula, we do red Russian kale, we do spinach. We still grow some baby root vegetables. So we've got some insect netting over here with turnips and 2 types of radishes, French breakfast and Easter egg. The turnips are our Hackeri turnips, the white turnips. So we still sell those to a couple distributor customers. And then we do microgreens. And then we've got, you know, we've got our rainbow mix, we've got our pea shoots, our sunflower shoots, our radish shoots. So we've got 4 different types of microgreens. So that's it. That's all we're growing on the farm right now. And I imagine, actually no, one thing I didn't mention, we still do carrots. We're still gonna do summer, fall, and winter carrots. So we're not planting carrots yet, but we will soon. And so that's it. Those are our crops. If I were to guess right now, if we're gonna drop anything going into next season, I don't know if we will, because all of these crops that we're growing are good sellers right now, and I see no reason to refine it any further. So I've got a new tool to show you guys, but I'm gonna do a separate video about it. This is our new seeding tool. It's the JP3, the Jang JP3, but we've set it up with 5 hoppers. So the exciting thing about this, and again, I'm gonna have a whole new video about this tool specifically, but the thing that's so exciting about this is I can now do 2 passes on each bed. Instead of doing, some of our crops are 9 rows. So what we've actually done is I've tweaked the densities, and again, this video that I'm gonna have coming out about it, I'm gonna show you how this all works. I've had to tweak the densities, so any crop that was 9 rows is now 10 rows. Our 7-row crops, like radishes, are now 6-row crops, because we can go every second hopper, and then we still just do 2 passes on the bed. And then our carrots are gonna go to 10 rows as well. So I've had to do some tweaking, and I actually did I spent an entire day trialing this thing, measuring seeds and making sure I had the right densities, and also talking to some farmers. This idea originally came from Jeremy Mueller of Excelsior Farm. I've mentioned him before in videos. Got to get down to do a video with Jeremy someday. He's an awesome farmer, just does greens and just crushes it. Anyway, so that's a new addition to the farm. Again, the video will be coming out about that very soon. So number 4 is the precision depth roller, the PDR for the BCS. We've switched this over. If you haven't seen the video on this one, you can click up the top of the screen somewhere in the corner, at the top right corner, and check out the video I did on this thing. We're using this more than we are the tilther, especially when we have to do a lot of beds to prep. It's just way faster. It's an attachment that goes on the back of a tiller, and it functions like a power harrow. So we still get a shallow till and a nice even cultivation, and I love the way it presses the beds down. Our bed prep has been phenomenal this year. It's been great for seeding and running the paper pot transplanter. So this thing has been crucial. And the last thing that has been another change this season, this would be number 5, is we have reduced our customer load as well. So now we don't really sell to, I'm just trying to think, do we sell to any restaurants anymore? Maybe there's one. There's like a couple, maybe 2 tops. But I've gone from selling up to 20 different restaurants to now going down to 2. We're mostly focused on the retail end at the grocery stores, and it's kind of gone that way. You know, from my own personal experience in life, I've been trying to make my farm really simple and be able to operate without me being involved, because as you guys know, I do a lot of different things. I run the paper pot company with Diego Fooder. I create videos on here regularly. I've got a new weekly blog coming up. I'll tell you guys more about that in another video. And I've got online courses coming out, Microgreens course, newest one. Gonna have another farming course coming out later this year as well, and I have my profitable urban farming course. So I'm busy with other stuff, and I have a family, so I've tried to keep the farm really simple. And kind of where the farm is going is to be more of a research and development farm for me to try new tools and develop new techniques. The farm's less about production. You know, the farm's busy enough to keep one guy working year-round, Mark, and then another guy seasonally. But it might even go smaller than that. You know, we're down to 3 plots now. We're just finishing up the production at a plot we've had for about 3 or 4 years now. We're kind of clearing out the last of the crops we planted in there. That's the one that was for sale if you checked my vlogs a couple months ago. So that house is going for sale, so we're going to move off that, which is perfect because then our farm is a lot smaller and a lot more manageable, and it's just a different model than it's been in the past. So that's what's happening on our farm this year. This is how it's different than it's been in previous years. I thought some of you guys might find that interesting. You know, it's been a constant evolution. Things are always changing, and I like that. It keeps it fresh for me. It keeps it interesting. You know, this is my 9th year of farming, so I've been doing this for a little while. So it is fun to kind of keep things evolving and changing. But I really hope to see you guys there Tuesday, May 22nd, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna show you all about how you can stack microgreens into your operation, sell at the farmers market, sell at restaurants. And there's a lot to this course. We're gonna show a bit of the course. We'll navigate you through the course and how it works at the end of the webinar. So hope to see you guys there. Talk to you later.